Morning, everyone. Andrew with Defiant Tactical Accessories. It is Monday, April 8th, I guess, the eclipse day. So hope you guys all get some of those glasses and get to go take a look at it. But I want to share my first impressions of this tourniquet pouch that I just bought from 511. I was out of town visiting family and came across a 511 store and decided to go see what was up there. So I have some initial impressions. I'll probably have to set the phone down and open and manipulate the pouch a little bit and kind of go over it. I guess before I get into the nitty gritty, I can give you a TLDR. This pouch is like $35 and I think it's really well designed. Offhand, I have some questions about the MOLLE mounting system that may be addressed over time, just seeing how stable it is. I'm not sure how stable it will be, but I think that I question whether it's worth the 30 some odd dollars compared to a budget priced tourniquet pouch from a more budget minded company. Okay. Like what I could provide from my suppliers. So now that's not to say that it isn't well built, and it's probably USA made, and so those should certainly be factors in you deciding what you want. But I like it. I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze, and that's going to be something you'll have to decide for yourself, I guess. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it filled with a cat tourniquet. It was actually just a little bit too small for the cat as I had it folded. Okay, I was able to close it, but only got the very bottom part of the Velcro on here. Let me pull the cat out so you can see what I had to do to kind of get it all the way in. All right, so you can see I had it kind of folded into a loop like so. I think it's pretty common, so you can get to it. But you see there's this little flap in the middle now. I had to fold that down to get this a little bit shorter to fit into the pouch the way it needed to. I don't know if it's just because I'm folding it wrong. Perhaps it is. Or maybe there's something else that I'm doing wrong. It certainly is possible. But that was my experience. I don't think that's a huge problem. Of course, the way you fold a cat impacts the way you can deploy it one-handed or how quickly you can deploy it. And so that could become a problem. I haven't played with it like this very much. So it's something to keep in mind. So setting that aside, the pouch itself, I don't know what, it's obviously Cordura, nylon, that kind of stuff. But it's really thick and, it's not flimsy. Like, the cheap stuff, you can feel like it just folds over almost like it's thin, but this is not. This is fairly thin and fairly rigid, which I think is useful. The Velcro holds really nice. I don't feel like there's anything special about this soft side. The loop, I guess, is what that is, or that's the loop side of the Velcro. I suspect that's going to wear just like any other loop Velcro. The flaps here, it has this sort of unique design here. Honestly, I could take or leave that. I don't really think there's anything special about that. There are a couple of design features, though, that I will take a moment to talk about. This is my first experience, and the first is the attachment system. This is my first experience with this attachment system here, and I don't know. I bought another pouch that I'll go over, like a GP pouch that uses the same. I think this is called the Flex HT mounting system, and I think from what I was reading online, this is like a second generation of it. It's thinner. And that's kind of where I have a problem. To be honest, it's thin enough that the MOLLE webbing is spaced like 1 inch apart, and if we're going to put a strap through 1 inch webbing, then we might as well use as much as we can to get as much stability as we can. Now I know that some straps, some of these straps that we have to weave, they can be excessively thick, and that can kind of increase the bulk of a pouch. And especially when layered, you end up really adding some weight and space on a chest rig or whatever your platform is. So I'm sensitive to that, but going with something that's slightly thinner just really concerns me a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the guys at 511 are smart, right? So they're not doing something stupid. It's just something that I'm maybe a little paranoid about. So it may be a whole lot of nothing, and we'll see as time goes on if that's the case. All right, but that's not the only way you can. Oh, the other thing is I'm not really sure how I feel about this setup either. You see the strap here is held on by this stitched, I guess, piece of nylon or whatever that's stitched into this rubbery strap, and it just goes through that D-ring. I don't know, man. I can't pull it out. I kind of tugged on it for a little bit and I couldn't get it out, but it's just, I don't know. Trusting that to hold just seems questionable. Okay, so that's sort of just a first-hand impression. Again, not based on any actual use. And I'm sure if I have a feeling those questions will dissipate as time goes on. But that's not the only way we can. And one more note on that is you'll see that they've replaced the 1-inch PALS webbing with these. I think this is 1/2 inch. That's kind of cool. It would certainly allow you to get the pouch placed exactly where you want it to by skipping, I guess, some of those maybe. I'm not really sure if it's something that I'll use very much, but it's a good idea, and I like that they did it. There's a couple of other ways that we can attach this, though. You can already see that there is a strap here and a strap down here. It looks to me like that's intended so that you can run it horizontally on Molly webbing. And I think that's a good idea. It's likely that that's how I'm going to try and run it on my battle belt. We'll see if I have the space for it, if I have to make more space. And then the last one, which I think I just figured out, if we turn to the side, you can see that there's some more Velcro here. I'm going to put the phone down and I'll open it up. But this back part here is sewn on the top, it's sewn on the bottom, and it's sewn on the back side. So you can open this, and then there's a flap of Velcro right here that comes out. Let me do that and I'll show you. And there it is. All right. So now this pouch can be really easily attached, as a dangler or as a wing to an existing chest rig. That I think is pretty cool. And I think that was a really good design decision on their part. I might end up putting this somewhere else too. I don't know, but that's really cool. I would not expect to find that probably in one of the more budget-minded tourniquet pouches, unless you buy one that's dedicated. I don't think you have that flexibility. But at the same time, for the price of this, you could probably buy 2 budget-minded tourniquet pouches, that one of which will attach to Molly and the other to a placard like that. So anyway, something to keep in mind. One other feature that I noticed here, I don't know if this is really unique here, but it's definitely something that caught my eye rather. They have this elastic here to help, keep some tension on the tourniquet, and of course that's a good idea for retention. But it's also not stitched all the way through. You see, I don't know if you can see, I can get my thumb up under there, right? So that means if I wanted to, I could run the tourniquet here, and then on one side keep some shears, and on the other side maybe keep a Sharpie or a Slim Jim or whatever I want. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. I don't know if it was really intentional. You probably couldn't get anything too bulky if you have this, stuffed with a tourniquet. So keep that in mind. But overall, I like the design of the pouch. I feel like they obviously put some thought into it, engineering how to make the pouch give you some extra features, and the attachment system is pretty unique as well. Okay, so that's kind of a first look at this pouch. I will probably throw it on my battle belt, and then we'll see over time how it holds up, and I'll do some follow-ups as time goes on. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys another time.